It's Week 18 of the 2025 season, and front and center is Tucker Kraft, who's closing in on 1,000 yards receiving on the year. It's the Packers and the Bears. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The regular season ends here. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen. Long road to get here, but now we are here. The season finale. Playoffs begin next Saturday, so it's time for one last regular season kickoff.
In Week 18, it can just be so tricky, can't it, Mike? I mean, on one side, you got teams that have the playoffs wrapped up. So Week 18, it's a chance potentially to rest some starters or maybe get them out of the game early and get geared up for next week and the start of the playoffs. You got some teams that are fighting for their lives. They need to win.
The veteran Brandon McManus ready to kick this one off. And off we go from legendary Lambeau. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here's the Chicago offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out by the quarterback from USC, Caleb Williams.
Well, I don't think that stat line last week had him up for any sort of awards. If I had to guess, he'd much rather have a modest game and a win as opposed to throwing for a bunch of touchdowns in a loss. The biggest thing that he did, Mike, he took care of the ball. So as long as he continues to do that, they're going to have a chance to keep on winning.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down and 8. Off play action. Here's Williams. Now, a deep shot for Allen.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
A lot of terrific quarterbacks from Southern California, and here's another one. The rookie gets his team a first down.
This is the connection that Bears fans have been dreaming about since these two guys were drafted in this previous spring's draft. I mean, they think they have one of the more formidable young quarterback wide receiver duos in the entire league. Williams, first overall pick. Odunze, number 9. The future looks bright in Chicago.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Out of the shotgun, it's a give to Swift. He'll work this ahead for 2, maybe 3. Lucas Van Ness, the former first-round pick, there to make the tackle. Here's a 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Williams. This pass is caught by Scott. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now, decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down? The Bears send out their punt team. Out to return this for the Packers, it's Keyshawn Nixon. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Green Bay offense set to go to work for the first time. And they're led by the man who waited his turn, the 2020 first-rounder, Jordan Love.
When we sat down with him earlier in the week, Mike, as you would imagine, he wasn't exactly thrilled when we brought up the fact that he had 4 interceptions in last week's game. You could tell it was still on the top of his mind. He was still working to put it behind him. I think my biggest takeaway was just how excited he was to get back on the field and have a fresh start. And I think we want to see him get off to a fast start here early, get some easy completions, put last week behind him. If he can move forward and he can play to the level he's capable of, I think they're going to have a lot more success here in this one today.
And he's going to have this one up near the 28.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. Throwing on second down, Love. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Love. He's going to uncork one, looking for Wicks. Evan Byard, the veteran who's broken up a few passes in his day, gets to that one. On 4th down, the Packers turn it over to Daniel Whelan to punt. This is taken at his own 30. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. DeAndre Swift and the Bears offense set for their next possession. And you can see he leads the league in rushing coming into this final week. We'll see how involved they want him to be here in this regular season finale. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. They will run it over center with Swift. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, his offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
You can't beat a running quarterback. Gain of 16 and a first down. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. Toss right side to the tight end, Kmet. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Give up the middle with Swift. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. That's caught. It's the tight end, Kmet. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
They'll go play action here with Williams. He keeps it himself.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
They'll run. It's Swift. The Bears are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
On the bootleg, it's Williams. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away.
Pretty evident that the defense is just giving no time of day to any run actions. They are playing pass all the way, and he can continue to give as many play-action fakes as he wants. It hasn't affected anybody, and in this case, it results in a sack.
First down was not very good. Here's 2nd and goal. A play fake. Now Williams. He finds his big tight end, Everett. And he's going to get this down to the 10-yard line. Big play coming up, 3rd and goal. On 3rd down, it's Williams from the gun. And that is incomplete.
This pass rush is continuing to make their presence felt here in the early going. And for this quarterback, he's lucky to at least get rid of that ball because they were on the verge of recording their 2nd sack, and we're still here in the 1st quarter.
Santos' kick is good. And the Bears are out to an early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
The Packers offense ready to take over as we check out the playoff race in the NFC. And this is where we stand. Final weekend of the regular season is upon us, and we'll know the brackets and the seedings for the postseason at the end of the night. And he fought through one tackle, stayed on his feet, but they'll get him down for no gain. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 27-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And some good blocking at the point of attack. A pickup of 7, and it brings up 3rd down.
34-yard line. That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Here's Love. That's left side, caught by Musgrave. Call it a gain of 13. Good for a Green Bay 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They will not get this one
Delay of
off.
game.
It'll be a delay of game.
Still 1st down.
Now Jacobs. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play in this opening quarter. So just a lone field goal in the 1st quarter of play. 3-0 is our score. And we're back at Lambeau Field in just a moment. On 2nd down, Love. That'll be caught. It's Josh Jacobs. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 7.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He gets that complete as he hits Reed. That catch number 80 in this campaign. And it gives his team a 1st down.
Throwing with anticipation, it not only requires the confidence in both your accuracy and the timing, but it also forces the receiver to be on time and where the quarterback expects you to be. And this is one of those examples, man. When those 2 things are on point, it results in a 1st down.
And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. T.J. Edwards there on the stop. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Something you do not want to see here in the final week of the season, as he will get himself checked out. A 2nd down throw for Love. Catch is made by Romeo Doubs.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
Now they're entering the area of the field, especially with the amount of yards they've gained on this possession, Mike, where it feels like a touchdown is critical. For the defense, settling for a field goal here, especially with the ball where it is, feels like a win.
And the Packers are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Love. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete. They'll go again from the 3. It is 2nd and goal. Here's Love to throw. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You can feel them start.
Matt LaFleur disagrees with the call, and he's going to throw the challenge flag. They're looking both at the feet to see if 2 were down, but also whether or not he had full possession of the football when those feet were down. So that challenge, a successful one. Extra point by McManus, up and good. And the Packers move out to a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Bears offense and DeAndre Swift set to get going again. We check out the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns coming into this weekend, and you see he is currently 2nd in that category. Williams going to look to throw it on first down. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down. Now, this looks like a design run. He's going to have a Bears first down as he gets this up past the 40-yard line.
Mike, I think every offense would love to be able to call designed runs for their quarterback, but it's so dependent of who that quarterback is. And for this team, to be able to have that guy behind center, it just adds a different element to what they can do on offense.
Here's 2nd and 9. On the give, here's Swift. And he'll take this ahead to the 43-yard line. Powerful Rashawn Gary there in run support. Here's 3rd and 7. Throwing is Williams. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
The offense is trying to stretch the field vertically. They're trying to put as many receivers into the coverage deep as possible. But you know what you need? You need time. You need to allow those guys to get downfield. But when you have a pass rush like this, they don't let that time unfold, and that pocket collapsed and results in a sack.
Here's Tory Taylor now, and he'll be looking for something better after that poor first punt. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs, and he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Throwing is Love. Over the middle, he fits it into Dobbs. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. On the ground, it's Jacobs. And he'll get forward for about a yard. T.J. Edwards there on the stop.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8.
Now 3rd and 8.
To throw is Love. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
Here's Daniel Whelan now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This returnable from inside his own 40. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They trail by 4. Touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. To the left side, he's got Kmet. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
Nice first down catch there by Cole Kmet. And, Mike, I've had a chance to spend some time with him in Nashville these last couple summers and at our TEU event that I run with George Kittle and Travis Kelce. And for a big body, for a guy who's just a large guy, he can really bend. He can run. He can get in and out of his break. And I think that's a big reason why, as he's continued to develop, he's a very good run blocker. He's really become that dynamic weapon they thought he would be coming out of Notre Dame just a few years ago.
They'll go again with Swift. And he'll manage to bring this down to about the 37. Evan Williams is there for the stop. Here's 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it. It's Swift. And it looks like he's got enough for the first down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains. Here's Williams. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here's a designed run. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. 3rd and long. Here's Williams now to throw. He'll try and get there on the ground. The Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. On now, it's Cairo Santos for the field goal. This is going to be a 51-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Bears are back within 1. It's 7-6.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Packers offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. To throw is Love. The second down throw is incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
And he looks to be a bit short of the line, and that is going to bring up 4th down. Here's their punter now, as he is on to punt for Green Bay. And he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line. The Bears offense about ready to take over once more. The deficit is 1 as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. Throwing on 1st down, it's Williams. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33. That's a second charge timeout to Chicago. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in the second quarter. He'll find an open man. It's Allen. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Not wanting to risk another sack, they're going to play it safe with a run. That is not going to work at all. He'll manage to only get back to the line of scrimmage. Very short of the 1st down. 4th down coming up. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Packers offense going to take over just before the half. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Let's go. From the gun, it's Love. That complete to Jacobs. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
2nd and 6 at the 32-yard line.
Halftime here on this final weekend of the NFL regular season. As we'll get you down to Orlando now. That's with the coaches, Jonathan Coachman, and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit, where it was the Lions who were able to come away with the home victory. Jared Goff, terrific in the air with over 400 passing yards there. From there, we head down south to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Carolina Panthers. Ray McLeod, a touchdown catch in the victory. This one's been all you could hope for as an NFL fan. Just a 1-point game here at halftime. This has been as much fun as you could hope for with both these teams in it to win it.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Now an opening past the 30. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The Packers offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this 3rd quarter. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. On 1st down, it's Love. Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. And he's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. 2nd and a yard.
At the Bears' 48-yard line.
Now Love. That is into the hands of Wicks. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Love.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
Throwing on 2nd down, Love. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. Back to throw is Love. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. A run up the middle with Jacobs. And he'll get the first down there, a pickup of about 5 yards.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
And he will get into the end zone. Tucker Kraft. Touchdown, Green Bay. Touchdown number 9 for the year.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This returnable from the 4. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The Bears offense ready to get back at it. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back, and in some of these coverage units, when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
On 2nd down, it's a run with Swift. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
He'll get this underneath to Swift. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
On 1st down, it's Swift. Whoa! And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up, I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
On 1st down, they give it right back to Swift. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's 2nd down.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
He'll be stopped after a short gain to about the 30. Andrew Cooper, the rookie, is there on the tackle. On third down, it's Williams. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. On now, it's Cairo Santos for the field goal. This one from 47 yards out. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Bears are back within 5.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Jordan Love, the rest of the Packer offense, ready for their next possession. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this first down. They'll run the draw with Jacobs. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. Here's 2nd and 3 to go.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll run it straight ahead with Jacobs. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Something you do not want to see here in the final week of the season, as he will get himself checked out. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. On the ground, here's the first carry for Marshawn Lloyd. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down.
At the 45-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
A good play action with Love. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Quickly to the outside and complete.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
The Bears offense and their running back set to go once more. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. And he'll work ahead for about 5 to the 25. Another run here, another run by Swift. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Williams. That's complete. It's Odunze. And it looks like he's going to have the first down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive. Here's a handoff to Swift. And he'll spin his way forward for a gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. They will run it over center with Swift. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Williams from the gun. That's caught. It's the tight end, Kmet. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And While that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
Give up the middle with Swift. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. That's taken in. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears sending out their punt team. They forced a punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. So that one going to land out of bounds, and the official's going to mark it right at the 20-yard line. The home team's offense ready to go as we give you a look at the current playoff race. And there is still a lot to play for. Every game is critical. Teams fighting to claim one of the 7 playoff spots that are up for grabs. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Here's Jacobs, and he'll pick up 2 out to the 27. They'll come up to 3rd and 3.
The gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 3.
Throwing is Love. There's that man again. Another catch.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge 1st down conversion. Fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
They face 2nd down and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. Lane closed quickly. And here comes 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Dobbs headed in motion. On play. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. One of his teammates is there to pick it up.
So even though they avoid the turnover, this is still a play that they're going to coach hard off of. They're going to bring guys into the meeting room next week and say, hey, guys, we're not always going to be so fortunate. The ball is not always going to bounce our way. Anybody who handles the ball from the center to the quarterback to any of the ball carriers, the most important aspect of team offense is protecting the ball at all costs.
The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. On the ground, it's Swift. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. To throw is Williams. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line.
At their own
The home team's offense getting set to get back to work. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Love out quickly to Dobbs. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. 1st and 10.
That's good for the Packers. First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They'll run it to the right here with Jacobs. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
47-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's Love. A throw there on 2nd down. Going to be incomplete.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the 2nd half, and that's only his 2nd incomplete pass. So finally, the deep...
Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
As this clock continues to tick, we're getting dangerously close here to do-or-die territory. But after that 3rd down sack, real good chance of getting off the field. No points allowed. Let's see if their offense now can do their job, because defense certainly did theirs.
On comes the Packers punting team as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. The visitors' offense ready to get back to work. The deficit is 5, so they'll try to put a drive together here, and they'll begin it with 1st and 10. Now Williams. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. They'll run out of the gun. It is Swift. And this will gain a couple of yards up to the 22-yard line. Williams. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he's going to be taken down inside the 40-yard line.
Big-time play there as they try to cut into this 4th quarter deficit. At this point in the game, Mike, remember, you're just going to get a couple more possessions, so you have to make the most of them, especially with the lead being this close for the taking.
1st and 10 now from the 36. A play fake. Now Williams, and he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection. Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, pitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more...
And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
On 4th down, out comes the punter, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And this is going to work out for them. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. The Packers offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 7-yard line.
From the gun, it's Love. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
We'll try to run it here with Jacobs. And he's going to pick up the first down, getting this one past the 20. Once again, it's Jacobs. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
3rd and short, and you come up with a big stop, taking the ball carrier down for a loss. Now you put yourselves in a position to hopefully get the ball back and give your offense a chance to go down there and take the lead.
This is taken at the 25. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. This is 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. He's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Final minute, no timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2 minutes. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. After that 1st down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
Throw it again. It's Williams. He's got his man. Allen with the connection. Here's 1st down. Williams to the air once more. That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Williams. That's deep for the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. They took the end zone shot of the final play. It's a heartbreaking finish, as this one will come to an end. So, it's a win for the Packers. They finish off the regular season with some momentum. And they'll wait with bated breath to find out who they're going to play next week in the wild card round. So, that'll do it for us. For Greg Olsen and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Packers are winners as we say so long from legendary Lambeau Field.